Good morning, Watford. I hope everyone's having a great day. I am going to record today's session without any music, just because we've been having some issues with doing the classes with music in the background. So if you want to have some music on while you're doing this class, feel free to put some on in the background at your end, but I am just going to do the entire class without any music. So if you want to make your way to your chair, make sure you can see my feet here. All right. So sitting comfortably in your chair. Again, we don't want to be all the way back. We want to be a little bit forward on our chair, making sure that we're nice and stable. And reminders for the class, we want you to go at your own pace, take breaks when you need to, grab a drink of water. If ever there's something that you're doing that doesn't feel right to you, just lessen your range of motion or just kind of march in place. That works as well too. And yeah, we're going to get started. So we're just going to, again, get the body warmed up here. So we're going to march in place, bringing those knees up, pumping those arms. Nice big deep breaths in and out. While we're moving through today's class too, try not to hold your breath. So when we're doing some of those workouts, strength type exercises, try not to hold your breath while we're doing those. Make sure that you're breathing nice and deeply the entire time. All right, let's do heel digs out in front, and we'll add a bicep curl. All right, back to that marching. This time we're going to go wide, wide, small, small. Really get those arms pumping. All right, march it out. Next, we are going to kicks out in front and add in a punch. So you're doing opposite arm, opposite foot, keeping that core nice and tight and sitting up nice and tall. Shoulders back, and don't forget to breathe. All right, march it out. Just going to do toe taps out in front. Toe taps out in front. And push the arms out in front while you're toe tapping. Really extend those fingers and then pull that fist back in. All right, march it out. We should be starting to feel a little bit warm already, hopefully. But just to be sure, we're going to do some quick feet. So, quick feet, quick feet. And march it out. And quick feet. And march it out. And back to those heel digs. And this time we are going to pull those arms back and squeeze those shoulder blades together. All right, back to marching in place, pumping those arms. Bringing those knees up a little bit higher if you can. We're going to tap the knee and go up over our head with the arms. Again, if you have a heart condition or bad shoulders, you can just keep it right out in front here, okay? But if you're able to, we want those arms up overhead so we can get that heart rate up nice and high. And march it out. And back to those kick punches. And march it out. Quick feet. Quick, quick, quick. And march it out. And quick feet, quick feet. And march it out. And wide, wide, small, small. Wide, wide, small, small. See if you can go a little bit faster here. And march it out. And toe taps out in front. And this time we are just going to stretch those arms out in front of us and open those fingers out nice and wide. And squeeze those fists. And fingers open nice and wide. Squeeze the fist. One more time, nice and wide. And squeeze. And march it out. Piano hands. And let's go ahead and roll those shoulders forward. And roll the shoulders back. Okay. So let's go ahead and grab our balls. You'll like this one that I have today. He's a happy ball. And we are going to just take that ball between our palms, sitting up nice and tall, again, slightly forward on your chair, and we're going to squeeze that ball and release. And squeeze and release. 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 squeeze and hold, 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 and release. And one more time, squeeze and hold. Hold, hold, hold. Keep holding. Hold, 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 and release. Okay, grabbing that ball with our fingertips. We're just going to squeeze the ball with our fingertips and rotate that ball forward. Squeezing with those fingertips. Working on all the strength in the hands and wrists and forearms. And we're going to rotate now back and squeeze. Again, making sure you're sitting up nice and tall. You're continuing to breathe. We're not holding our breath. Okay. Next, holding the ball in your right hand. We're going to hold the ball out in front, and we're just going to follow that ball all the way back as far as we can. And back to center. Switching hands, and the other side. All the way back as far as you can. Checking those blind spots, and back to center. Switching hands, and rotate. And back to center. And rotate to the other side. And back to center. Okay. Taking the ball now, we're going to extend our legs, heels on the ground. We're just going to take that ball on our right side and leaning forward all the way down to the toe and walking that ball all the way back up. And one more time on that side. Roll it all the way down and back up. And switch to the other side, rolling that ball down and back up. And all the way down and back up. All right. We will, actually, let's grab the balls in front of us. So for starters, we're going to take the ball and we're going to push it into our chest. Okay, so we're going to push the ball into our chest, sitting up nice and tall. And we're just going to lean forward and then sit back up. So keeping the back nice and straight, leaning forward and pushing on that ball. Turn to the side for you so you can see. Making sure that we're really engaging our core here. All right, a couple more. Keep going. You should feel this in your abdominal muscles. All right, now taking that ball, holding it with the arms kind of at 90 degrees, and we're going to do what is called flashlights. So we're just going to ever so slightly rotate to one side and then to the other. Okay, nice and slow and controlled, sitting up nice and tall, remembering to breathe, and really focusing on engaging those core muscles. Let's do a couple more here. All right, taking that ball, we're just going to pass it overhead to the other hand and overhead to the other hand. All right, great. So we're going to set the ball down now. Grab a drink of water if you need it. And then we are going to grab our Therabands. So again, just a little reminder with the Therabands. While we're working with the Therabands, I should have maybe wore a different color today. The blue and blue is going to kind of blend in. But basically, I should never see the Theraband looking like this in between any of our reps and sets that we're doing. We don't want that because then we're not using the Theraband properly. So there should always be tension on that Theraband, okay? So let's start with, we'll do our rotator cuffs. So taking the Theraband, palms up, we're going to lock those elbows into our sides, and we're just going to pull the Theraband open and closed. Again, when you come into the center here, there should still be tension on the Theraband. Sitting up nice and tall and remembering to breathe. You want to control in both ways. So nice and controlled in both directions. All right. Now taking those Therabands with the palms facing down. Bringing the Theraband up above your head. We are going to just pull down to chest height and then back up. So keeping a slight bend in those elbows, pulling down to chest height and back up. All right, roll those shoulders back. Grabbing the band now, placing it behind our backs and up underneath our armpits. Holding that band in both hands, and we're going to start now just with opposite punches out in front. All right, now we are going to do both arms at the same time. So both out in front and back in. Try to keep those shoulders out of your ears, okay? So we don't want your shoulders up here. You want them to be down and back. Two more. And last one, leaving that band there. This time we are just going to punch up and across one at a time. Nice and controlled. All right, this time bringing those arms up like a goalpost and bringing those forearms together and open. One more here. All right, taking that band down, rolling those shoulders back. So let's give the upper body a break for a second, and we're just going to plant those feet nice and firmly in front of us, and we're going to do toe taps. So picking one foot at a time, I'm going to start with my right, and we're just leaving that heel planted and tapping that toe. And again, you should feel this all in your shin. Keep tapping. Keep going on that side. It will start to slow. Keep going. Okay, and switching to the other side. Keep going. Keep going, keep going. Okay, shake that out. Shake, shake, shake. Grabbing our bands now, placing them on top of our lap, crossing them underneath, back up to the top, and we're just going to hold that in place. We are going to start with our heels together, and we're just going to drop the knees open and bringing them back closed. Nice and controlled. Couple more here. Okay, removing those bands. We're going to place the band underneath our right foot. Nice tension on that band, bringing that knee into your chest, and we're just going to push out in front and back in. Push out and back in. Again, sitting up nice and tall. All right, on this next one, holding that foot out, we're just going to point the toe, flex the foot. Point and flex. Point and flex. Again, try to sit up nice and tall, keeping those shoulders down and back. Okay, and now little circles in one direction. and the other direction. Bending that leg, putting the band or the foot down and moving the band to the other foot. So once that band's in place, extending that leg out and bringing that knee into your chest and pushing out. All right, on this next one, leaving that leg extended, and we're going to point the toe and flex the foot. Point and flex. Point and flex. Okay, and now time for those circles. And opposite direction. All right, placing that foot on the ground, and now moving the band so that it's under both feet. Sitting up nice and tall here, we are going to do bicep curls. So locking those elbows into your side, and we're just going to curl up and back down. Now this time we're going to go halfway up and hold. And all the way up and halfway down and hold. And all the way down and halfway up and hold. And all the way up and halfway down and hold. And all the way down. One more time. Halfway up and hold. And all the way up. And halfway down and hold. And all the way down. Placing our heels on the ground out in front of us. Again, keeping a nice firm grip on that band. We are going to do some rows. So first we're going to row with elbows out nice and wide. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. Okay, and this time we're going to now keep the elbows nice and close to the body. So again, squeezing those back muscles to pull those arms back, but keeping those elbows brushing against your side. We have two more here. All right. Grabbing that band now in your right hand and placing it on your left shoulder, grabbing a hold of one of those pieces, locking that arm into your side, and pulling down for a tricep extension. And switching to the other side. So left hand on right shoulder, grabbing a hold of one of those bands, locking that arm into the side and extending down. All right. So let's go ahead and set those bands down. So moving sort of to the front of your chair, feet we want to be shoulder width apart or wider if you're tall. And we're just going to get up out of that chair, squeezing everything in behind and sit back down. And up and squeeze and back down. 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 Up and 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 down. And one more time all the way up. All right. Moving to the sides of our chair now. Using the chair for support, we're just going to kick our leg out in front. 1, 2, and now out to the side. Making sure that you have a slight bend in the knee that you're standing on. And kicking straight back, squeezing that butt muscle. And back out in front. And out to the side. And back behind. All right, shake out that leg that you were standing on and switch to the other side. So again, a slight bend in that knee that you're standing on and out in front. And out to the side. And back behind. And back out in front. We're almost done. and out to the side. And back behind, almost there. All right, shake out those legs. Using your chair for support, we're just gonna do our heel raises. So we're just gonna come up onto our toes and back down and up and back down. And when you're coming up onto those toes, try to really spread your toes out so you're pressing evenly into those toes as you come up to avoid rolling those feet. All right, this time I want you to come up and hold. Halfway down, all the way back up. Halfway down, all the way back up. Halfway down, all the way back up. Halfway, up, and back into those full, all the way down, all the way up toe raises. Or heel raises, sorry, not toe raises, heel raises. All right, shake that out. Let's have a seat in our chair. Grab a drink of water if you need it. And let's do a little bit of stretching. So we're going to start with our legs. So heel out in front, and we're just going to lean forward and feel that stretch all along the back of that leg. You can reach for your toe if you want to, but you don't need to. And other side. Leaning forward, feel that stretch. All right, sitting up nice and tall, turning to the side. If you're able to, we're just gonna grab a hold of that foot and stretch out that thigh muscle. You may need to hold on to the back of your chair. And switching sides. Okay. Crossing that leg over the other. So I've got my right leg over my left, and I'm just going to ever so gently turn to my right side. Get a nice little twist stretch there. And uncross and cross to the other side. Back to center. Taking our right ankle, placing it up on top of our left knee so that we can feel that hip flexor stretch, that sciatica stretch. All good stretches for this one. Again, if you feel that stretch, great. If you need more, you can just lean forward and give a little push on that knee. And if you need more than that, then you lift that heel off the ground. And let's switch to the other side. So again, a little push if you want to, or a lean forward. And then the last step is to lift that heel off the ground if you need an extra deep stretch. All right, both feet planted on the ground. We're going to bring our arm across our body. Drop that shoulder away from your ear. And open back up. And other side. Drop that shoulder down. All right, rolling those shoulders back. We're going to open up the arms nice and wide, thumbs up. And flipping to thumbs down, pushing back. Bringing those arms down to your side, we're just going to drop our right ear to right shoulder. Chin to chest. Left ear to left shoulder. Chin to chest. One more time. Right ear to right shoulder. Chin to chest. And left ear to left shoulder. All right, open those arms up. Give yourself a great big hug. You did a great job. I hope everyone had a great time, and I hope to see you again soon.